Alright, a little awkward, but this is why we have so many 1-drops in the deck, because we know our early turns are going to be awkward. So we're going to start with the Marsh, and unlock both Vortex and Cut Down for 2. Okay, I think plan is still the same here. Start here. Then on 2, we can have some options open, while we get down the rest of our tap lands. Harvester comes down, okay. That's a good cut down target. Nice. Get our tap land down here. We could get the Underdog going, but I'd rather get you out of the way early. Also makes Leyline down to 3 mana this turn. And we'll end here. Let's go ahead and cut down now. That's fine. I potentially should have done it even earlier so they can go land Ob Nixilis sack, but that's alright. Seemed to work out in our way. Okay, to take the blood token cycle now. Drop off Kaito Shizuki. Alright, it's actually Grixis. And they don't hit their 3rd land drop. That's huge. Well, I think we get another tap land down here. Try to set up for Emperor next turn. And we can pretty safely drop an Underdog. Leyline Binding down to 1 mana. Insanely powerful. Oh, they're stuck on land. Alright, well, that just feels bad then. Well, in that case, do we just drop the next Underdog on them? I don't think we really need to hold Emperor. We might have removal here. Let's see. Infernal Grasp. That's fine. Yeah, I think we just play out another tap land and get the next Underdog down. That's fine. And we actually have Leyline Binding open here, as well as Rona's Vortex. When it finally hits their 3rd land. Fable. Alright, well, we can bounce the token with Rona's Vortex. So I think we go ahead and do that. And we could always Leyline Binding the Fable, which we might do here, actually. We can also play the Underdog as well. So we have double black. Alright. Let's go ahead and take you now. Before they get the draw discard, we'll drop you, and we'll get an Underdog going. When it drops to 12, we get a draw. We got the Emperor eventually when we need it. Another Underdog. Underdog City. When it hits their 4th land, drops a Sholdred. We have an Emperor ready, but it's not quite enough given the situation. Resolve. So that basically means we're holding the Emperor this turn. Play you out, drop an Underdog, hold back the Emperor to minus the Sholdred. Should have double white open. No attacks, and here. You have to gain a life. What if they even attack here? They might not want to trade off Sholdred. Soul transfer on you. Exile target creature Planeswalker. That's fine. Now they get a nice attack off, which is good for us because then we actually get to deploy the Emperor. Ooh, do nothing. So, if we drop the Emperor, we can plus twice on the Underdog and force them into some bad blocks. Or we can just cycle Jetmir's Garden. They're pretty content to sit here. Maybe we force them to make a move. No stick. Plus on you. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we're going to take this cycle anyway. Fading Hope. That's not bad in general. Alright. Let's plus again. Now we can get through the Sholdred. When it drops down to 9, do we care about the life gain? I don't think so. I think we let it go. They go up to 11. It is interesting, though. We could cycle the Garden this turn. Corpse Appraiser's not great. Gives them another blocker now. They might just let Sholdred sit around. Yeah, they strip our Underdog. That's fine. They take the draw. They go up 2 more life. It is interesting. Oh, they don't go up 2 more life. I guess that wasn't a draw. It was a put into the hand. Alright, they want to attack the Emperor down, which is interesting. I think I'd rather take the cycle here. I think we let this go. Emperor goes down to 1. They play another land. They play Liliana. We're going to have to sack a creature. Or discard a card. Okay. They want us to sack. It's not terrible because we can just replay it anyway. We could bounce to protect it and scry, but I think we just take the Jetmir draw. Alright, Underdog is down. Take the cycle here. Draw a card. ZUR. Alright, ZUR does change things. We have enough mana to play ZUR, power it up, bounce the Appraiser, attack down Liliana. Could almost go face. We do need to leave blue open. Are we definitely attacking down Liliana here is a question. We could go face for a lot of damage. They plus, we don't even have to discard. I guess we'd really like to save... We don't really want to bounce the Corpse Appraiser, though. Let's make the binding even bigger.
Remember your training.
I think we have to do it like this. Forcing a block. We really don't want to bounce with Fading Hope, because then they, we end here. And if they plus to cause us to discard, then we'll bounce Shouldered. I think that's fine. We'll let that go now. They cycle Lounge. They'd have to hit land here to replay Shouldered. This is an opportunity to bounce it before they draw the card, but I think we still wait. It's fine. It is a very stabilizing presence. Another Corpse Appraiser. Okay, so we have our bounce target. It's going to be on Shouldered. And then we'll get him with the Underdog as well this turn. I guess we won't, actually. That's fine. Okay, they add a creature to the hand. Now they plus. I think we Fading Hope the Shoulder this time. No Scry. We do get to keep the Emperor around, though. They drop off Shoulder because they have backup Shouldered anyway. Okay. Well, plussing on the ZUR takes out the Liliana. Then we lose the Emperor on the backswing. I think that's okay. We don't have to lose the Emperor on the backswing, but we'd like to take out Liliana. So I think we do want to do it this way.
Strike fast and strike
All right. Take out Liliana. Go face. Let's see if they chump block or not. They do. That means the Emperor might stick around this turn. Liliana drops down. Okay. Up to 22. We'll hold on to the land. And they're just going to discard it anyway, so we'll play it out. No need to pretend we have stick there. We could, but if they just drop a second Liliana and make us discard, we might regret it. Harvester. It is a blocker, but not for our flyer. Create a blood token. That allows them to cycle into more answers. I bet they have backup Shouldered here if they dropped it off. They cycle. All right. This might not be a backup Shoulder turn. They drop off Voltage Surge. They don't want to pick off the Wandering Emperor. Actually, they can't because they don't have the artifact. All right. They scoop on that. Whew. Good game. Good battle. Nice. Pretty rough. On the draw, no blue for Rona's Vortex. We'll give it a go, but could just be dead to any kind of super aggressive deck here. Rakdos. All right. Don't need that draw. Got our first tap land. Green. All right. We get a little bit of a break here, and we have blue for Rona's Vortex. But I think we still play out this tap land while we can. So we do not have any protection open via the Vortex. Okay, opponent plays a tap land, does nothing. We'll take our blue here, I think. And we'll drop the Wedding Announcement. Token acquired. All right, next turn, we might just drop our first ZUR. We won't have double blue to protect it. Soul of Windgrace. Yikes. Okay. Well, might just be a kicker turn then. I think I'm fine with that. Kick you, put you back on the bottom. Take a little bit of life. Set the opponent back a little bit. Get in for one. Okay. Next turn we could go ZUR Power Up Wedding Announcement. If we have the mana. We should have the mana. Meat Hook for one. Okay. That's not too bad here. We need white open, which we still have, so I think that's fine here. Down to 16. Power up the Wedding Announcement. All right. Get in for 3 points of lifelink damage. Flip and make a token. So now if they sweep the board or get rid of ZUR, we can always go... Okay, Soul of Windgrace returns. Another Wedding Announcement. We can probably... we can probably get in there and attack. With everyone. And see how they want to block this. Okay, they want to trade with the Festivities, which is fine. When it drops to 13. Resolve, resolve. And we'll drop the next Wedding Announcement here. We almost have enough mana to play Paragon and then replay it, but I think I'd rather just get this one going. So we can draw up. And we'll end here. Now, on their end step, we could power up the Wedding Announcement to be a little more mana efficient, which I think is definitely possible, depending on if they use any mana here or not. Now I have Make Disappear open, which is awesome. Could protect us against a land -4 Massacre. Ob Nixilis. They have the 2 mana to pay for. We could just straight up counter it here, though. Drop off the token. I think that's fine. Casualty. Opponent gives me your go. They took a long time to process that. Kind of surprising. Counter the Ob Nixilis. They now can't pay both copies of Make Disappear. Okay. Alright. My turn. We could cycle you. We want to save you. I'm not sure. I think we want to start here. Power up the Wedding Announcement. Definitely get in there with both. I kind of want to save the Paragon for another sweeper. So I think we play this out. And next turn we can potentially play Paragon plus a Wedding Announcement from the graveyard. Another cut down. Okay. Liliana comes down. All right. Nothing we can do about that. Minus, we drop off the Wedding Announcement.
I win. You're telling me what we know about the ring.
I love the Wedding Announcement. Replay it with Sarah Paragon, I think.
Must be made.
Okay, resolve. More ZUR. All right, do we have double white still open? Yes, we do. Okay. Drop the Paragon. Drop another Wedding Announcement. Attempt to attack down Liliana here. All right, 1 Liliana down.
Fine. I know
We have a
how
token.
to
If they want a Liliana again, we have more tokens to sack. Fable, okay. Good cut down target for us. Harvester, another good cut down target for us. Should have enough mana to power open the Wedding Announcement too. What are the most important things to do here? I mean, we just have it in spades right now. We might even have lethal this turn. Let's take you out. And we can probably take you out as well. And we probably want to play you out. Oops. And power up the other Wedding Announcement. All right. Give him heck. When it drops down to 4, we get 2 draws off this. Now, if they sweep the board here, we'll be a little bit sad, but we have plenty to reload. Although triple ZUR is not quite what you wanted to see here. When it draws a discard, they need untapped... Ooh, Titan's in there too. Okay, well, the Gix? Enchantment of Gix? Saga of Gix? Is it land -4 Massacre? Because that does do something here. It's Shouldered. Interesting. We don't have any instant speed interactions, so no need to hold priority on upkeep. Okay, they do get some life here, though. That's fine. But we should have lethal every which way, because we have the Emperor anyway. And we can power up the other one. So let's just do it like this. Power up you. And we have enough even to take this draw here. And still have 4 white open. And they scoop. Yeah, we attack all. And if they had any shenanigans, we could always Wandering Emperor and get that +1 counter on something to give it first strike. Looks good. If we start with Rafine's Tower, we can play the Proving Ground on 2 to have Binding open, or we can just play the Darker Ways and drop the Companion. Scoured Barrens, up a life. Cut down's pretty nice as well. We could keep that open instead. That might be even better. I like that better. Let's drop you first. Okay, nothing on 2. Oh, but keep dropping. Let's get the Companion down, I think. Or we can guarantee the Wedding Announcement on 3. This allows us to hold Make Disappear, though. Let's hold Make Disappear instead. Third land. Wedding Announcement. Yeah, I think that's a good target. Counter. Nice. Emperor. All right, we're a little bit slow. We can drop the Rafine's Tower. And we could hold open a 1-mana Leyline Binding, but let's just play the Companion here. Down to 18. Draw a card. Another Make Disappear. Okay. Now, that's the only other one we have in the deck, so we need to be a little bit conservative. When it drops Edgar Charmed Groom. Great binding target. Double binding. Beautiful. Okay. Probably binding plus Wedding Announcement turn. Oh, we don't have enough mana for all that. Well, go ahead and binding you now. Take out Edgar. Drop a tower. And hold, make spear, and leyline binding. And cut down. So, a lot of good options open here. Wedding announcement. I think we do counter it again. We're going to need the counterspell for something else. I think it's okay to get out of our hand early. More cut down. Alright, well, this is a wedding announcement turn. Getting there for one. Now we're only holding, I guess, both cut down and leyline binding. Still pretty good. Get the token train going. Try to get a draw off this coming turn, ideally. Underdog, okay. Could cut down or could leyline binding it. Let's see what else they want to do this turn. Do we want to binding it? It's such a good removal spell. I think we cut down. They've got some more impressive things we're going to want to take out. Let's just cut you down. And try to get that draw off the wedding announcement this turn. Underdog of our own. Heck, we could almost just blitz that in for more damage and the draw. I like that a lot. It's a lot of draw power this turn. And we guarantee we get 2 attackers. I think let's go ahead and do it. We're not under super heavy life total pressure this turn. Blitz you in from the hand. Let's see if they have removal for one of these, because they do have 2 mana open here. Attack with all 3. They take it all, drop to 14. We get 2 draws now. One off the wedding announcement, one off the underdog. Paragon, nice. And another underdog, okay. Tap land, Rafine's Tower. Okay, so this is a Wandering Emperor turn. So that means we are going to leyline binding, which means what? Nothing else, I guess. So we can attack first here. We could actually play the blocker instead. Make it 2-2, which is maybe what we see here. Yeah, but I think that's fine. We don't have a counterspell this turn anyway.
Now you've done it.
-1, make a blocker.
Oh,
Could play our own Emperor just to get through it. And then just flash back the underdog. We could do it that way. It's a little more mana efficient. Gets the Emperor down. We can binding the following turn. Could also go cut down and binding right now, which isn't bad either. I think that's fine. Let's drop our own Emperor here. Give it the plus. It'll be up to 4. The underdog can't blitz it down. I guess they actually, yeah, we don't want to do it that way because then they can just plus on the underdog to take it out. So we don't need to waste our cut down now. I don't think we can't do a whole lot with our mana anyway. So all right, here we go. Probably could have done that before they declared blocks if we had thought through that a little bit more. Go ahead and take the binding here. Take the Emperor.
until next time then.
All right, we'll drop you as a land, and we'll play out another underdog. Draw a card. That's nice. Flip. ZUR would be a great top deck here. Turn on the binding. For 6 points of lifelink damage. That'd be a brutal top deck. Okay, so they have another Emperor here now. Best way to play that is what? Just pull back the underdog. We can threaten a lot of damage with the underdog. Down to 13. Okay, they're going to make a move before combat, actually. Infernal Grasp there. Still take 2 life. They still have 4 mana open. Okay, it's just double removal this turn. Double Infernal Grasp. Not as scary as the Emperor. When it drops down to 3, draw a card. Another underdog. Too bad we can't deploy it, but that's all right. There's that 7 mana by the opponent. Double a Ganja, they're only 6. Liliana comes down. We sack a companion. That's fine. And they scoop on that. All right. Very nicely done. Looking okay here. We can go island to Dark Our Ways into the companion. Maybe a Ganja on 3. Okay. Start with the island. Red Kumano. Oh, right. I actually haven't seen that much Kumano these days. Tap land. No, I think it's... Hit the blocker down. Take opponent damage, draw a card. Another companion. Maybe this coming turn we go companion plus Rafine's Tower. Try to get Emperor ready on a 4. Flame Channeler as a 3/3. Okay. They want to transform it. Remove flame counter, exile a card. Okay, so a little bit of draw engine there. Yeah, I think we want to set up for Emperor on turn 4. So I'd rather play the Spirited Companion this turn. I guess we can also play Aganjo and just go fetch the planes. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Auto pay here, down to 17. Go get our planes. That'll give us double white next turn. No attacks. And we'll try to get an Emperor down for them when they attack next turn. Let's see if they have burn to trigger the Flame Channeler. Okay, removal on the Spirited Companion. 2 more damage off the Kami's Flare. They trigger, flip. Reinforced Ronin. Whoo, Dogi. Okay. Quite the turn by the opponent. Down to 7. Interesting. We probably want to take the free draw off the companion here. The other option is to drop off a Fiend's Tower to ramp. That would give us a guaranteed ZUR next turn, but that's not really worth it without the companion. So we drop the companion here. Draw a card. Cut down's actually not bad. We don't have the mana to both play out ZUR and the cut down though. So I think it's still Emperor this turn, which isn't terrible. And I do think we wait until they attack. And here. Kind of telegraphing what we have, but that's okay. Eater of Virtue. Interesting. Where are you going to go? I mean, we could cut down on something. Reinforced Ronin. Haste goes there. Okay. It's a lot of damage coming through. They suit you up. I think that's fine. If we're going to cut down, now's the chance. This will be what? This will be 4, 6 damage, but we'll go up 2 life from this. So I think we still exile the Embodiment of Flame and stabilize from there. All right, here we go. Down 1. Have to pay for the white mana. Then we go up 2. Exile the Embodiment. Up to 8, and then down to 2. Now we have to be pretty careful with our white mana now. We do flip the Aganja, which is huge. We don't have the untapped land to play ZUR and get the lifelink going this turn. Pretty close to dead. I think saving cut down is smart this turn. We have a good blocker. I think we just play out a companion here. See what we draw. Fiend's Tower. Okay, we'll play out one of you for sure. And then it's just cut down from here. I think we go ahead and plus. I think it's so you could potentially trade off with someone is fine. We don't need a giant architect, really. And holding 1 cut down. I don't think we need to attack yet. We probably could, but it's not worth it, because that's not how we win the game. We just need 1 successful ZUR to turn this around. Lightning Strike to the face. All right, they got us. Good game. Close. One more turn. Let's turn that around, but that's how it goes sometimes. Welcome to the post-game deck tech. This deck, ZUR Enchantments, is very interesting to build, and here's why. First off, it looks mostly like a control deck, but it's actually a control/combo deck. The combo being, on turn 5, you have enough mana to both deploy ZUR and power up a Leyline Binding for the extra 2 mana to whack your opponent for a 6/6 Death Touch Lifelink Hexproofer. That's the combo. When that happens against any aggro deck, you win the game. And even its control decks, it is a lot to turn your removal spell into a 6/6 creature. So there's a ton of value baked into that, and that is a combo. In order to enable the combo, you have to play Leyline Binding early in the game, ideally, which means you need to run a lot of these tri-lands, including Jetmir's Garden, Zeatora's Proving Ground, and Rafine's Tower. But if you're running that many tap lands, it makes your curve really awkward. And so I think the best way to build around that is to have a lot of 1 mana interaction pieces that can help you stabilize the game, because a lot of your games are going to be turn 1 tap land, turn 2 tap land. And if you don't do anything on that turn 2 when your opponent, heck, if they're on the play, you know, if we're up against like Boros aggro and they go turn 2 hasty creature, turn 3 hasty creature, and you don't have anything to do, then you're basically dead that game. So you need a lot of 1 mana interaction in the form of cut down, Rona's Vortex, which can bounce your opponent's creature early, and then late you can pay 4 mana and kick it to put it on the bottom of the deck, which is essentially killing it, although maybe a little bit better in most cases. I also think 2 copies of Fading Hope belongs in here. It can bounce the opponent's creatures, but can also serve to save your ZUR or save your binding if it is a creature. Things like that. I think it is worth adding two Fading Hopes in there to balance with the Vortex as your 1 mana interactions. Then in the 2-drop slot, again, we need a lot of 2-drops because, again, you could go tap land, tap land, tap land. You need to have a lot of stuff on too. So we have 4 Spirited Companion, which I think fits very well into the deck. Can be turned on with the Schemer. Mostly makes it a Death Toucher, which is an annoying blocker, but the 1 lifelink could matter a little bit. Also does combine well with Wedding Announcement, as it can be bumped up to a 2/2. Just 2 copies of Make the Spear. I think you want a little bit of counter magic in the deck, but you don't need that much. And really, this is like a turn 4 play. You might hold open Make the Spear and Wanting Emperor on turn 4 and counter their 4-drop instead, but you don't need a ton of these in there, just a little bit of interaction. And then for Underdogs, this card is a lot less worse given how much Mono Black is running around with the Graveyard Trespasser, which strips it out of the graveyard, but I still think it is a solid card, and we do need more 2-drops just to try to put something onto the battlefield to survive those early turns with our really slow tap lands in hopes to get to an extremely powerful binding that flips the game in our favor. 3-drop slot for Binding, of course, is key part of the combo and just an amazing card in any domain deck. Good lord, this card is good. 4 Wedding Announcements, plays really well with the rest of the deck. It is an enchantment that can also be powered up by ZUR, which is great. Just 1 Aganjo, only because I need 1 more card here. It is nice that it is already an enchantment creature. So it gets the benefits of ZUR without having to pay it, because enchantment creatures you control have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. So that one's already ready to go. But I don't think you need more than one in there. It's really just a filler slot. 3 Emperors, 1 Paragon. Paragon is really not a 4-drop play. You don't want to drop it on turn 4 unprotected. You could drop it on turn 5 with Fading Hope open. You could drop it on turn 6 and play back a Spirited Companion from the graveyard. You could drop it on turn 7 and play back a Wedding Announcement or a Ganjo from the graveyard as well. But you don't really want to slam it on turn 4. So for that reason, we only have 1 copy in the deck, because you don't want to draw it until later in the game where you can play it and also return something from the graveyard. And so the rest of that 4-drop slot is occupied by the Wedding Emperor. And then, of course, ZUR is really a 5-turn play. Ideally, get the binding down early, and then turn 5, drop ZUR, power up the binding, whack your opponent for 6, and have them cry. Some cards that didn't make the deck potentially could put some Faithful Absence in there over the Underdog. I could see that being very reasonable. Stronghold Arena. I've wanted to try this card out, but I don't think this is the right shelf for it. At some point, I'll find a home for this. Temporary Lockdown. Man, I love this card in every single control deck that plays Way. I want to play this card, but I think given how we want to build the deck, if you want to put Wedding Announcement and Spirited Companion in there, it's a lot tougher to put Lockdown in there, because that's going to sweep up all your stuff, which is coming up the ground anyway. So I don't think it quite belongs in this deck, although I do love it. And it is a 3-mana enchantment that could be powered up with ZUR. And the Meathook Massacre is just tough to find space. And the truth is, you need a lot of space for early interaction, given the tap lands. And so I think one of the things that gets cut is Meathook Massacre. I think the assumption is that if you get to later in the game where you would have enough mana to play Meathook Massacre, instead you want to be using that mana to play out powerful things like ZUR plus Binding Power Up. So that's the deck. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment letting me know what you want to see next. I'm Dr. Ruckus, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.